Hey guys, it's Ellie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And I know that you're probably wasting a lot of time in quarantine, so why not watch some amazing movies that are available for free on YouTube, which will give you a lot of material to think about and overthink about and waste even more time. And I've been watching a lot of movies this quarantine and I found some pretty amazing movies for free on YouTube, and I thought that it would be nice to make a video recommending these to you guys. Some of these movies have made me think so hard. Some of these movies I don't really have any answer to the questions that they posed at me, and I'd love to discuss them with you if you happen to watch them too. So yeah, here goes my list. I'll start off with the movie that I watched right at the beginning of the quarantine, and this is called The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. This is a 1920 film, so this is basically 100 years old. None of the people in this movie are alive right now, and that gives me a haunting sense of pleasure. Like I'm weird that way, I guess. So this was like one of the very first movies ever made, and it's surprisingly very brilliant. I had watched a few old movies like from the 20s and I didn't like the acting in those movies previously, but the acting, the storyline and the way it's presented in this particular movie is brilliant. It's about a doctor whose name of course is Caligari. He has come to a fair where he shows off this man called Caesar, who's a somnambulist. A somnambulist is basically a man who's in a state of combined sleep and wakefulness. He says that this man has been sleeping for several years, and people are of course amazed. But that's not everything. There are a lot of strange things going on around the town, and police and other people are doubting that maybe this man is behind it. But Caesar, that is the guy who is sleeping all the time, is kind of always sleeping. So how is he kind of committing these crimes? There's a brilliant twist at the end, like a brilliant twist. Okay, if you like movies like Gone Girl or other psychological thrillers, this was one of the first of its kind, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it. I'd love to know your take on the end. I'll tell you about my take if you happen to comment below, because I don't want to give any spoiler and I reply to all comments. But yeah, you can watch this movie on YouTube for free. The next movie is a 1922 movie and it's called Nosferatu. Once again, this is a silent movie, and everything that needs to be said is said like on a blank sheet with letters written on it. I really like this particular format. Previously, I thought I didn't like silent films, but I have changed my mind since I started watching these kind of movies in this quarantine. This was based on Dracula by Bram Stoker. By the way, if you want to read books about vampires and Draculas, a lot of them are available on Storytel. The link to a free trial of reading books on Storytel will be in the description below, storytel.com/Ellie. But coming back to Nosferatu, there's a very eerie sense of horror throughout this movie, and I had no idea that at an age where VFX was not that great, like I don't think it even existed then. A lot of technological developments had not been made back then. But even then, Nosferatu manages to create this eerie sense of horror. There's this cupboard kind of scene, which is like one of the spookiest scenes that I've ever seen. Like, I have watched very scary movies, but that was definitely the creepiest scene. And considering it's from 1922, I was pretty shocked. But I'm pretty sure you're gonna love Nosferatu. I didn't like Nosferatu as much as I loved Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. So if you want to watch both of these movies, I'll recommend that you watch Nosferatu first and then Caligari, because Caligari just sets your expectations too high and not every movie can meet it. But Nosferatu is good in its own way. Sadly, the production company that made this movie, they went bankrupt and they never made any more movies as per my knowledge. The next movie is a 1954 movie, and this is called The Crucified Lovers by Kenji Mizoguchi. I love Japanese movies. If you have watched anime, I'm pretty sure you are interested in Japanese society already, and you will probably watch this movie the first after you close my video. But even if you haven't, I'm pretty sure you're gonna enjoy Japanese movies a lot, because I love the cinematography and the simplicity of Japanese movies. Kenji Mizoguchi, Yasujiro Ozu, Yuzo Kawashima are some of my favorite directors, and I love their movies so badly. But I picked out this particular movie because I think most of us are going to be able to relate to this particular movie, because all of us live in a society that constantly scrutinizes us, and this is a story of two lovers who are in a society like that. Double standards of the society are highlighted very well, because even the master of the house has been involved in a lot of affairs, but no one bats an eye. But when the mistress is just doubted to have an affair, note that at the point when she's doubted and the society starts criticizing her, she didn't even have an affair. She went on to have one later on. But the problem is, she is constantly scrutinized just because she's a woman, and this double standard exists even today, like 70 years after this movie was made. The next will be a mystery recommendation from Hitchcock, and this is called Dial M for Murder. I loved this movie. There are very few mystery movies that I've actually genuinely enjoyed till the end. I loved the twist. I loved the way it was set up. I could not guess a lot of things, and Dial M for Murder is one of those. I suggest you guys to watch this movie, even if you don't watch any Hitchcock movie in your life. Surprisingly, I like Dial M for Murder even more than I like Psycho, which is weird because Psycho is massively loved among all movie lovers, and I love it too. But if I had to choose between watching these two movies on a day, I would easily choose Dial M for Murder 100 times because I love it so much. The next movie will be a 1966 movie called Persona by Ingmar Bergman. I love this movie so much, and I have watched another movie by Ingmar Bergman called Through the Glass Darkly. This won the Oscar, by the way, and I kind of like Persona more though. Now what happened is that in Persona there are two characters, and you can never really figure out who is who, which is why this movie is so mind-effing. Until the end you can't get a sense of closure, and this is a kind of movie that kind of sticks with you even after it's over, which is what I love about movies. When I watch movies, I want them to make me think. I want them to make me question the things that I know about myself and others in general, and Ingmar Bergman movies always do that. I will be recommending quite a few Bengali movies in this video because I am Bengali, and also brilliant movies have been made by Bengali directors, and I'm not being partial, I hope, but I love Bengali directors and their movies. My favorite directors are Hrithik Ghatak, Satyajit Ray, Rituparna Ghosh. It makes me so sad that apart from Ray, no one gets the attention that they deserve, so I will be using this video to do that. I have also made sure that these movies are available with subtitles so that you can see these movies even if you are not Bengali. So the first movie that I'll recommend is called Dosar or The Companion. This movie is about a woman called Kaveri whose husband has been having an affair with another woman called Meeta, and they get into an accident, and her husband's mistress dies. The husband is alive, and Kaveri comes to know of this tragedy. Like, it's double shock for her. Number one, her husband has been in an accident, and number two, she finds out that her husband has been unfaithful to her. And the way her psyche is portrayed in Ghosh's movie is brilliant. The movie is also shot in black and white, and considering it's a pretty modern movie, I really love the use of this black and white device. Something captures the essence of a movie very well when it is just devoid of color. Let me know if I'm the only one who thinks this way, but I loved it, and I'll recommend you guys to see this movie. Sure, or The Companion is one of those movies that really made me think about love and companionship and where the two should meet, and I think that it'll make you think. The next movie is called The Japanese Wife. This is a movie by Aparna Sen, 2010. I love this movie so much. In this movie, there's a man living in a small village in India, Bengal, and there's a woman living in Japan, and they exchange letters and they fall in love with each other over letters, and they get married over letters. And this is a strange sense of beauty in this movie, like especially in the age of Tinder. There's a slight charm that lies in the love letters that are exchanged between Snehamoy and Miyagi in this movie. This movie also has some brilliant quotes, and the sense of longing in this movie lingers on even after it is over. By the way, after watching this video, you will get an idea about my taste in movies, and it's basically movies that make you think, art films. And if you know some movies that I might enjoy, you can leave them in the comment section below. I'd love to check them out. Next movie is called Bakita Byaktigoto, or The Rest is Personal. The only reason I'm including this movie in today's list is because I could never make sense of it. I'd love to talk to you guys what you think of this strange, uncanny place to which this documentary maker goes to, and like very, very strange things happen in this place that is nowhere, in this place where you once you go there, there's really no coming back, and once you come back, there's no going there again. This movie is one of the strangest movies that I've ever seen. It stars one of the best actors in Bengal right now, and I'm pretty sure that it is going to haunt you for many years, okay, not days. If you like this particular actor, you should check out Asha Jawar Majhe or The Labor of Love. I did like that movie, but I am pretty sure that Bakita Byaktigoto is a better movie than Labor of Love, because I can figure out stuff of Labor of Love, but I couldn't figure out majority of Bakita Byaktigoto. I think there's a strange sense of love that I fall in when I don't understand something properly. Next movie I'll recommend is called Matir Moyna, or Bird of Clay. There are two children in this movie who have acted brilliantly well in a society where there is really very little to be happy about. There's very little to enjoy in life. They live in extreme kind of poverty, but they still find happiness. They are living with parents who are at a quarrel with each other almost all the time. There's a conflicting set of ideals in this movie which keep clashing, and it's the children who bear the brunt of it. There's a scene in this movie that will make your heart cry out very loud, not because of what happened. What happened is sadly pretty common, but the way it's captured, the way it's shown, the way it's not really shown, and you'll get what I mean once you see this movie. Let me know if you watch it and you like it. The last movie that I'll recommend today is called A Separation. This movie won the Oscar, and this is a Persian movie. This is one of the first Persian movies that I've ever watched. I've only watched like 3 or 4. And I loved it. Even till the end, I couldn't understand what was happening, and then I had to Google up and watch an analysis, and then I got what happened, and then I fell in love with this movie completely. Until then, I was liking the movie, but I was not getting the gist of it. Asghar Farhadi, who's the director of this movie, has also made some more amazing movies. One of them is on my list, and I'm probably gonna watch it this week itself, and this is called The Salesman. This also won the Oscar. If you guys like these recommendations, let me know in the comment section below. If you guys are picking up any of these recommendations, watching any of these recommendations on YouTube, let me know in the comment section below. You can follow me at @thehellyblog on Instagram, and I reply to as many DMs I can there, and comments usually all the time. I'm trying to get more active on YouTube. I kind of fell in a slump last week. It's kind of funny, like when quarantine started, I was so determined to make 2, 3, 4 videos every week, and here I am, like very hardly trying to pump out one. But yeah, please bear up with me. Please suggest me new ideas, because I am kind of bored with the kind of videos I make all the time. It's always book recommendations or productivity videos, and I'm looking for a little bit of change, to be honest. Let me know what will be something that you're interested in watching, and I'll be back with another video next week. Till then, bye bye.